So we are in our next topic, that is layout and sections of front office. So I would like to tell you the few objectives of this class. Through this lecture, you will able to get to know the front office department. Also, you will understand the different sections of front office department, like because we have divided the front office department into different sections for the smooth work or smooth functioning of the department. So there are different sections of front office. We will discuss about all those things. We will also discuss the layout of front office department. First of all, would like to show you the PPT. Through that you can at least you will have the idea about which department is, which section is located where, right? Wanted to tell you front office department. Front office department which basically effective communication with guests, including processing the guest reservation, handling guest reception on arrival. Front office department also answer the guest queries during the stay in the hotel and also provide the services like Wi-Fi, internet, swimming pool, health club, spa, gym, safe deposit locker, laundry facility, and we are having varieties of restaurants where guests can feel the guests can have the various cuisines also, and also processing the checkout. Front office department also process the checkout of guest. Also he is responsible for settling the guest bills and coordinating with other departments for maintaining an accurate room status. Accurate room status means if the room is cleaned, housekeeping will update his room status so that front office would able to sell those room. And also front office department maintain the guest history card where all the information about guests you can find in the guest history card, so that if guests will visit next time, so we will be aware about guest likes and dislikes also, whether he was comfortable in the last day, whether he was happy. We can know each and everything about the guest that is mentioned in the guest history card, that is maintained by the front office department only. Now let's move to the front office working hours. Front office operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Front office works 24 into 7, right? Always open for guest arrivals and departure. In any time guests can come for the arrivals and departure, for the departures, and they are the main shifts of front office department are morning, afternoon or night shift. Morning shift, or you can say day shift, that start at 7 a.m. and end at 3 p.m. Second shift is the afternoon shift, or you can say evening shift. Afternoon shift start at 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Now the third shift is night shift, or you can say graveyard shift, that start at 11 o'clock and end at 7 a.m. Next slide. These are the sections of front office department: reception, information desk, cash and bill, travel desk, communication section, uniform service. And the uniform service, two sections comes like bell desk and the concierge desk. Now next slide. Next is your reception. Front office receive and welcome guests on their guest arrivals in the hotel. Assist and reg card, or you can say registration card. Front office reception section is also assist to fill the registration card. Half of the registration card is filled by the reservation section if there is an advance booking. The function of the function of reception, first function of reception is, first of all, that section is responsible for receiving the guest and welcoming the guest. Also do the registration formalities. After doing the registration formalities, that section assign the room, allot the room, and sending arrival notification slips to the concerned department. the reception is having the, who is arrived, because that section is doing the formality. After guest arriving, he will send that notification to other sections also. Yes, these are the guests who are in-house guests. Those in-house guests are those guests who are staying with us, so that, for reception also send the arrival notification slips to other departments, so that they will be aware who are in-house guests and what is the in-house count, right? Now next function is the next section is information desk. Information desk is basically maintaining for the resident, guest rack, and also handling the guest rooms key. Also information desk coordinating with guest mails, telegrams, faxes, couriers and parcel, because if guest is in-house, or maybe guest is future guest, or guest is departure guest, if there is any mail or fax comes for any particular guest, so that section also coordinating the guest mails messages, so that they can send it to the concerned guest. Also the information desk also provide the information regarding the hotel's facilities and services, about the cities, what are the tourist places there, what are the shopping areas, and if guests wanted to know the worship places, that section also provide the information about the worship places, what are the fairs, festivals going in that particular city. All information that is provided by the information desk. And also handle the guest messages and paging. Also paging means basically locating a guest. If somewhere, front office want to search the guest, and he's not aware about the guest kaun sa hai, so then he just mention the guest name in the board and room number, so that we can locate the guest easily. Next slide is based on the next section is cashier section. The function of cash and bill section is basically cashier section prepare the guest folio. Guest folio is basically a folio. In the folio, folio is basically a transactions between guest and hotel. Whatever the transaction has been done between guest and hotel, that is mentioned in the folio, that you can say account of the guest, where all the transactions are mentioned in the guest folio. Second thing, posting room charges in the guest folio. If guest has taken any credit maybe in any of the outlet, then cashier also posts the room charges in the guest folios. Also recording the credit charges in the guest folio, which I already told you. Update cash received, cash received by the guest. Also preparing bills for the checkout guest, right? Also if the guest is doing the payment by cash or traveler check or demand draft, or maybe by a credit card, that person is responsible for settling the guest bills. Also handling the credit debit charge card. Also handling the foreign exchange also. Now next slide is travel desk. Functions of travel desk is basically that the section is responsible for pickup and drop of guests. Also providing vehicle on request. If guest is requesting for vehicle, maybe for the airport, that section is providing the vehicle to the guest on the request of guests only. Also that section is responsible for making travel arrangements, like maybe railway reservation, air tickets, car booking, or Volvo booking. That also thing is done by the travel desk. Also organize the half day, full day of sightseeing. Also arrange the guide who can communicate in the guest language. Sometimes travel desk section is part of the hotel, sometimes it is outsourced, that is that person who belongs from any travel agency, and that is sitting in the hotel. Now next one is the communication or telephone operator section. This section, function of this sections are basically that section is responsible for answering incoming calls, also directing call to the guest room if transferring the calls to the guest room, also provide the information about the guest services, also provide the wake up call on request, also inquire answering inquiries if any inquiry comes up, maybe if anyone wanted to know about the hotel facilities and events, that person is also provide the give the answers. Also that person is responsible, that person is basically protecting the guest privacy also. If in case of any emergency, that section is communicating with other department. In case of fire, in case of robbery, in case of any emergency thing, that section is communicating with the concerned departments. Now next is uniform service. Uniform service is your bell desk. Bell desk is very important person in front office department. He is the person who is carrying the guest luggage at the time of check-in, at the time of check-out. Check-in time, he is transferring the guest luggage from lobby to room, and at the time of check-out, he is transferring the guest luggage from room to lobby. Also bell desk also distributing newspapers in the guest room, and also do the paging. Paging means basically locating a guest. Also the handle the left luggage. Left luggage is basically if guests do not wanted to carry luggage with him at the time of checkout, he can keep his luggage in the hotel. Hotel also provide this facility. Sometimes it's chargeable, sometimes it's not chargeable. Guest will come back in the hotel, he can collect his luggage. Now next one is postage and stamps. Also bell desk provide the stamps to the if somebody wanted to do the courier. And also the bell desk section also handle the complaints. There's no section like if you will get complaint, like if I'm working in the working in the door area, if I'll find if guests will do the complaint, so I have to handle. If I can't handle, I will pass to my senior, right? You cannot say that thing does not belongs to me. Also guest person request carrying the luggage, check-in and check-out, newspaper and distributing newspaper things. Now come to the next slide. That is concierge. Concierge is basically the main function of the concierge is to making the reservation for the dining in the in the famous restaurants or non-famous restaurants, and obtaining tickets for the theater, musical, sports events. Also arranging the transportations by limousine, car, coaches, buses, airplanes, trains. Providing information on culture and social events like photo exhibition, art show. Basically concierge is basically information section, only, right? And in most of the hotel you will find concierge and information sections are merged, right? Both sections are providing the like they're merged, and they are responsible for making the travel related arrangement. They are responsible for providing the information also. And these are the question and answers. What are the front of the house area, we have discussed it. What is front office department, what are the back areas of front office department, and what are the sections of front office department. So there are a lot of sections of front office department, so so you should be aware of it, right? Now, these are the references. You can refer those books. Number one is Front Office Operations by Shankar Tiwari. This is the Oxford book. You can refer this book with. This is one of the very informative book. Second one is the Hotel Front Office Training Manuals, Sudhir Andrews. You can refer those two books, and these are the websites. You can refer these websites also for more information. Thank you very much. Namaskar.